Has America fallen? What has happened to America? Are we a fallen state? Let's see. Romans 13, verse 1 says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God." This is the higher authority that is over you. Your government, your president, that's the powers you're talking about here. This is what Paul is talking about. Let's go to verse 4. Sorry to skip 2 verses, but it's important. "For he, the powers over you, is the minister of God to do good." So your government is given to you to do good from God. Got it? "But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain." In other words, the government's going to bring the sword down, right? What are swords used for? Definitely not for cooking steaks. No, don't get me wrong. They can filet mignon up a good steak, but swords are usually used for execution, if we're going to be realistic here. Now, why does the Bible say this? Oh, I'm not even done. "For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil." That's Romans 13, verses 1 and 4. So I bring this up because if our authority is appointed to us by God for what we have done, if we're doing good, we get good authority. If we're doing evil, we get evil authority. The authority that is pointed over us at the moment is Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. Now, I am neither Republican nor Democrat. I consider myself a libertarian, and more importantly, I am an American. I stand for American values, Judeo-Christian values. I'm not LGBTQ2 plus A, B, A, C, D friendly, nor do I care. Do I love you? Yes. Am I still going to tell you that you need to repent and turn from your sin? Yes. The same way I would a fornicator, an adulteress, a murderer, a pedophile. Anyway, so this is the government we have because of where we've gone. We've decided to give up on God in America. We hate God now in America. Our leadership has fallen. Biden cannot even remember his own name. You mean to tell me we deserve this type of leadership being a Judeo-Christian value nation? You think God would put someone over us like that if we were doing the right thing? If we were loving our neighbor as ourselves? If we were spreading the truth about God? If we were making sure that we were not leading our children astray? Do you think we would have a leader like that? If you do, you are a fool. We do not deserve a leader like that if we're doing the right thing. But because we have fallen away from God, he's given us the desires of our heart. The Bible says he would do it. If you want, okay, cool, you want to be away from me, here goes the desires of your heart. I wanted to talk about our government has banned the Bible in schools. Just think of that. Leaving our children to learn CRT, BLM, trans rights, and how to be hypersexual. How much sexuality is in schools now? I mean, I've seen multiple books that parents have found. I'm not talking about some Republican or some anti-democratic thing. I'm talking about parents on social media finding books in their children's libraries at school. You know why? Because this is what they want. And then they get upset that gas prices are high, or that we have leaders like Joe Biden, who again cannot remember his name, whose hand he's shaking. He coughs in his hand during COVID time and shakes people's hands. Long story short, we are not protecting our children. We have taken the Bible out of schools. Our children know nothing about God, but they dress up for Halloween. They know about Halloween, right? They know about critical race theory, right? How stupid is this? We've become a foolish nation. And because we are foolish, we have been given over to our depraved minds. It's not good. There's nobody leading young men to be men who fear God and love God. And as much as everything, in my opinion, is on the man's shoulders, this is bad right here, is that we don't have anybody leading young women either to be wives who love their husbands, who love their children and love God. It seems that baby killing is at the top of everybody's list, right? We don't want to call it the A word because you'll get kicked off of social media, but it's called baby killing. Killing one's own child is the new thing. A husband, girl, you're independent. You don't need no husband. Are you crazy? These people tripping. They bugging. They must have been drinking out all night because you don't need a man. But nobody will tell you the truth that men don't care about your credentials. Not even a little bit. My wife has a business degree. She uses it to help my company grow. I don't care about her degree. She's beautiful. She's respectful. She's learning more and more how to cook. She's so compassionate. Do you understand that, young ladies? You do not have to be like this foolish world. They hate you, and because they hate you, they will tell you that you do not need a man, you don't need a husband, you don't need kids. God is evil. Be a whore until you're 40 and then find a man. That's not how it works. Your clock is always ticking, young lady. Anyway, let's get to the next part. We have legalized marijuana everywhere. I used to smoke marijuana from the morning I woke up to the time I went to sleep. I can vouch that it is a delusional world, 100% delusional. But this is what happens when you live in a fallen state. America has fallen away from God. Therefore, this is what happens. Now you don't have to go to California. You don't have to get it. Now marijuana is grown in factories. What the actual heck is going on? Something that they use for cancer treatment at a really low dose of THC, like barely high. Now you can get things 23, 50 grams of THC, milligrams, or whatever it is, and just destroying brain cells. And now there's a study that came out. If I can find it, I'll link it in the description. A study that came out that says it caused schizophrenia down the line, the over smoking of marijuana. Granted, you shouldn't be inhaling in anything, cigarettes or anything, but to each his own. God gave you free will, do as you want, but just remember you will be judged. Same way I will be judged. I'm not excluding myself. Anyway, that marijuana is keeping you out of reality, and most people are just chasing a high. It's so sad to see, man. I used to smoke with people 24/7, and before I smoked, I would watch people and say, I don't want to be like that. They're just chasing a high, And this came from somebody who overdrinked. I was a drunken. That means God hated me. He hates drunkards. So, I was over drinking, but I said, I'll never chase a high. And then I started smoking and I started chasing a high. So let's just get away from that completely. Let's just ban it again. Make it a California thing. Let California burn. Remember the thing where we said California will fall off the edge of the earth eventually one day, possibly? Everybody was praying for it. Sorry, I wasn't praying for it, but if it happened, nobody would really care because California's trash. We just got beautiful weather. Let's make that a thing again. Okay, now another big part of a fallen state is that abortion is legal. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's back in the state's hands now, so it's not illegal. But the fact that it is even a thing, especially up to 6 months, 9 months, is dumbfounding to me. I can't even think of good words to talk about how stupid and foolish this is that make enough sense even in my own brain. I say this because the government and people of power are using this to sacrifice our children. I don't have any evidence to back that up. I just fully believe it. This is what they did at the Tower of Babel. They wanted to reach God. And because they couldn't reach God and he scattered them out, they went to worshiping idols. And then when they worshiped the idols, they would sacrifice their own children to the idols. And now we're here doing it again. And BLM, which is Black Lives Matter, woo, trash, completely trash. If you really want to support Black lives that matter, stop killing innocent Black babies. There's more Black children dying from abortion than any percentage. Guns don't kill as many. If you combine guns, natural deaths, I'm pretty sure abortion still wins out. We're dying at an alarming rate, BLM. So could you guys please, first off, return my $16? I donated $16 once when I was I wanted to be an activist for BLM, mostly because I'm just Black and I was a little brainwashed. It's not hard to get brainwashed, especially in this day and age, especially if you don't have Jesus. That's why we need Jesus, because it's not hard to get brainwashed. How many times do you have to say that? 1,000,000 times. Okay, I'll do it. We need Jesus. 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 Anyway, back to what I was saying. While I was brainwashed, I wanted to be for BLM. I want my $16 back. I gave you guys $16, and I know you guys have millions and you're buying houses and things like that. That's cool for you. If I don't get my $16 back, I would at least like a leadership board in BLM, like just make me a leader. I'm gonna use my couple millions, buy some land, buy a nice piece of property, not in California, and then I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna be honest. And I might give some of the people their money back. But most importantly, I'm gonna hook me and my family up. We're gonna have a farm. You know what I'm saying? So make me a member, please, BLM. If not, you're a racist bigot, and I know how it goes. So anyway, let's stop letting them sacrifice our children to false gods. Lastly, we are destroying millions of children and future generations. This is through the trans movement. I'll say it. I know I might get kicked off for it, but hey, I don't care. I'll say it. It is through the trans movement that we are destroying our children and future generations. Whew. Feels good to say out my mouth because it's the truth. Why on earth is cutting off natural, real breast, real penises, sewing up vaginas and putting fake penises on a thing? Like, am I living in the real world? Am I stupid? I must be. I must be some racist bigot living in old times. You need to get with the times, did. Seriously. I can hear somebody saying that now. I'm not with the times, nor do I want to be. I'm not with fake black culture. Real black culture is jazz. Real black culture is togetherness. We were the leaders. Black culture was the leaders of two-parent households. Please excuse me. Two-parent households. We were the leaders of that. Until we got people like Cardi B, Lil Wayne, Young Money. Nobody wants to admit it. Drake, all these people who tell us, F that nigga, smash his bitch. You see what I'm going here? We have destroyed our own selves through our music. And it's not just black people. I have met people who are just wild. Bad Bunny. All he talks about is sex. Baby, want to touch me? I don't know exactly how to say it in Spanish. And yes, I do know the songs because I used to listen to them. And I'm not going to sing it because he'll probably copyright me for calling him gay. He's a gay man. There's no such thing as bisexual. You're just gay, bro. Okay? So we got to get back to not destroying generations. That's all I got to say on that. I'm going around in circles because I kind of like talking sometimes. And I'm making like 3-4 videos. So you get off topic easy. Anyway, we're chopping up our kids, cutting their breasts off, cutting their penises off. And these are healthy body parts that work. So let's just stop doing that. If that's too hard for you to comprehend, then it's probably because you are a bigot. And you can't say I'm racist or hateful or anything because I'm black. And if you do, just look in the mirror. Even if you're black, look in the mirror. Because maybe you are what you're calling me. If you think I'm a homophobe, maybe it's because you're homophobic. If you think I'm a racist, maybe it's because you're racist. You know why? Because I'm black. No, but seriously, let's end this video. Do you think America has fallen? If you do, let me know in the comments. Much love. God bless you. And bye. Bye. Bye.